Hello, thank you for joining me here today. And I'd like to talk about the afterlife, or life after death, which is a huge subject. It's a subject I think that takes most people's interest, certainly religious people and spiritual people, and there are lots of others as well. Now, it is an area that I work a lot with in my therapy work, that being elevated therapy. And indeed, that is one of the reasons I chose the name elevated therapy many years ago, to represent a lot of the work I do. I am psychologically trained, but I'm also metaphysically and spiritually trained. I was brought up a Roman Catholic, and in Roman Catholicism we are indeed taught that there is an afterlife, that when you die you can go to heaven, or you can go to hell, or you can go to purgatory. If you're good, you go to heaven. If you're bad, you go to hell. And if you're somewhere in between, you go to this place called purgatory. Purgatory being a condition or a state of purification or temporary punishment. Now, to be honest, it never really gelled with me. Even as a child, I felt it wasn't right. You call it intuition? I don't know. I just never felt it to be true. And then as the years went on and I trained as a therapist, training psychologically and emotionally, and later then metaphysically and spiritually, and having had my own near-death experience in 2006, and talking to many people come to see me because they're interested in spirituality, and doing work with them, discussion, and access work, of course. Access work being where I guide, facilitate their consciousness into higher or elevated states of being. Call them astral levels if you like. Work such as past life regression, Akashic record access, working with spirit guides and higher level beings, channeling. And all of this has kind of gelled together to give me the belief that I have today and have had for a number of years. And it's that belief of what I believe the afterlife is that I'd like to put across to you here today. First of all, I would suggest to anyone not to have a blind belief in anything, that being a blind belief in religion and their view of life after death. I think a person has to have their own experience of higher level consciousness to have an idea of what life after death is like. Deep meditation is a way of accessing deeper or higher levels of consciousness. Astral levels, astral planes. And there are a myriad of astral levels and astral planes. And of course, the mind is an energy. Consciousness is an energy. And an energy doesn't die, it transmutes, it changes. And I think when we die, our consciousness leaves our body for the last time, our physical body, and travels to the astral world, call it an after-death dimension. And I do think that people, when they're in a body, when they're in the physical world, depending on how they are emotionally and spiritually, how much they've evolved or how negative they are emotionally, then I think when they die, their vibration of that consciousness is then attracted to an astral dimension, an astral plane level that's the same or similar, where they connect with other consciousness of other souls that have gone before them and will come after them. Just as we have higher and lower activities on this earth, so there are astral levels that correspond to that. And I believe at the time of physical death, a person is drawn into the level of consciousness or astral plane level or astral plane place, to which their mental and emotional energy factor has predominantly responded during their physical lifetime. Those, say, that have been hostile during most of their physical lifetime on Earth will be drawn into an astral plane level or an afterlife dimension with other souls who have likewise been negative or hostile in their lifetime. So in essence, if we carry a hell-like mental and emotional attitude throughout our physical lifetime on Earth, it so builds up that energy builds up for us over our physical lifetime on Earth, builds up in our mind, and builds up in the inner levels of our mind, which correspond to after-death dimensions that we connect with when our consciousness leaves our physical body and travels to an afterlife, after-death dimension. So I would reiterate not to have a blind faith in anything, certainly not life after death, but to consider having your own experience, your own inner experience, experiences like past life regression and healing, experiences like Akashic record access, metaphysical hypnotherapy, spirit guide work, clairvoyant meditation, and the experiences of astral body projection. And these experiences can evolve you and develop you and give you many spiritual answers and an understanding of consciousness at a higher, different level. And as an ambassador of spirituality, metaphysics, and I am with my clients as a facilitator, I can say that life after death does exist. And that's not based on blind faith, being told it from a person or by a person, or being told it from a congregation or a body. But I can say that life after death does exist, based on personally experienced psychic fact. So I'd like to say thank you very much for allowing me into your space to hear what I have to say today. I hope it's been interesting for you, perhaps answered a couple of questions, and it may indeed have raised more for you. But thanks again, and I look forward to speaking to you all next week. So it's goodbye from London for today. Bye bye.